Welcome to Raw Talks episode 3. And this is simply going to be titled The Lonely Chapter. You see, there is a period in a man's life that every single great man has to endure, that every single great man has to go through when he is on the path towards greatness, or towards achievement, or towards self-mastery. And that period is the lonely chapter. The lonely chapter is when everyone around you, maybe your friends from high school, your current friends even, your family, society, what everyone else around you, your age, is doing, what is the norm. But you want something different. You don't want to follow the path that everyone your age is on. You want to go down the path of greatness, of achievement, of building a legacy for your life. Now, it is absolutely inevitable and it is necessary that you are going to go through the lonely chapter. Now, the lonely chapter is no one around you understands. Everyone is trying to drag you down. Everyone is telling you to quit. You have no one to rely on but yourself. No one believes in your goal. No one sees your vision but you. It feels like you're staying consistent every single day. You're working hard, and still there seems to be no support from anyone. It's called the lonely chapter for a reason. And there's a reason every great man goes through a period of isolation. Because in order to become exceptional at anything, to achieve anything of exceptional magnitude in this life, you are going to have a period of loneliness. Because to be the exception at something, you have to be the only one. Because if you were going to follow the path that everyone else is doing, then you wouldn't be the exception. Now, the lonely chapter is so hard because you have no one to lean on. You have no one to talk to about what you're going through. You have no one to talk to about what's bugging you. Everything is up to you. Showing up every single day is up to you. Staying consistent is up to you. Putting in the work is up to you. No one is there to pat you on the back and tell you to keep going. And you know what the hardest thing about the lonely chapter is? And that's what I found in my life as well. I'll use me as an example. Everyone from my high school, everyone my age is getting married, buying apartments or investment properties, as you would say, with mortgages and whatnot. They have nice, stable jobs. And I'm here posting on Invictus Milan. Everyone my age is, I see, because I'm Serbian, there's a big Serbian club here. Everyone my age is there, drinking, partying, socializing. Everyone has girlfriends. And I'm in bed on Fridays and Saturdays at 9 o'clock. All of my income goes into Invictus Milan, into building it. Now, this isn't me complaining. This is me simply explaining to you the lonely chapter. When you're on this path, it's going to look like you're losing for such a long time. For such a long time, from the outside looking in, it's going to look like you're losing. Everyone around you doing the traditional things, buying a house, saving up, getting a mortgage, getting married. Everyone's doing the things that seem to be the norm and what society calls a success. But you can't be looking at them. You have to stay on your own path. You have to, if you chose this path, there is no going back. Because every hero goes through a period of isolation. Because in the lonely chapter, you really get to analyze yourself And it's where you build yourself into the man that you want to become. Because in that lonely chapter, you get to double down and focus more on what really matters to you. Because if this, whatever it may be, if this really matters to you, this is the lonely chapter is the period that you go all in. The lonely chapter is the period where nothing else matters to you but this. And you know what the hardest thing about the lonely chapter is? You don't know how long it's going to last. That's the hardest part. You have no one to rely on, to talk to. You have no one showing you any support, no one praising you, no one clapping for you. It's just you. And this lonely chapter is inevitable. If you're thinking about going on this journey, building something, building a legacy for yourself, if you don't want to go through this period, don't even bother beginning. Don't even bother starting the journey if you're not willing to endure this period. And it's an unknown amount of time. Could be a year, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I promise you, in the end, when you get out of this lonely chapter, you're going to have built something that will outlast you. You're going to have built something that you will sit down and be proud of. Because I think the worst thing that you can do is be on your deathbed at 80 years old and think about what if. I don't want to have any what ifs on my deathbed. The lonely chapter is the chapter that every successful man has to go through. Because when you're building something for yourself, no one's going to understand. No one needs to understand. No one's going to believe in you. No one's going to clap for you and tell you, well done, until you've done it. All your effort in silence is going to be unseen and going to go unnoticed until you win. Because people always clap for those who don't need it. People aren't clapping for you when you have 0 followers on Instagram or 100, or you have 10 subscribers or 500 subscribers on YouTube. And that's the lonely chapter. That's the building period. That's the no results phase as well, where you're showing up consistently by yourself every single day. And it seems like nothing is working. It seems like no one is helping you. But remember, you only need yourself. You're the only person who can make this work. Your mum, your dad, your friends, your cousins, your family, society, no one can make this work but you. I think the lonely chapter is the single most important chapter you are going to go through on this journey, because it's going to determine whether you're successful or not. Because if you can endure this period, if you can double down and keep going harder than ever during this period, you will succeed at the end of it. But if you quit, then you're not going to succeed. Because building something extraordinary takes isolation, it takes constant work. And being exceptional, no one is going to understand, because unfortunately, and the harsh truth is, not many people are exceptional, but not because they're not capable, but because they don't choose to be. Now the choice is yours. The lonely chapter is inevitable when you walk down this path. It's inevitable that you're going to spend nights, days alone working on this idea of yours, whatever it may be, that everyone is telling you from the outside looking in, look, it's not working. And you know what? They're right. Until they're not. So one day it's all going to pay off. But you just have to keep going. You just can't stop. And the lonely chapter is the period where you have to double down and say, I'm going to make this work. No one is going to make this work but you. No one is going to do the work for you but you. No one's going to build the business for you. No one's going to create the good systems for you. No one's going to record your videos for you or record your content for you. It's all up to you. Don't allow society to drag you down. Don't allow your friends to drag you down, back down to average. If you have a goal of being extraordinary, if you have a goal of building a business, or if you have a dream, you have to go for it, because you don't want to be on your deathbed at 80 years old and wonder what if. And always remember, you were born to be great.